Hi everyone, welcome to Fire Safety Friday. This week we're going to be utilizing our Fire Smart board and we're going to be going over our non-combustible zone around our home. We have the non-combustible zone just in case there's fire encroachment and the falling of embers. We're going to go over what we need to do in that non-combustible zone to make sure your house is safe. We're going to start with the deck over on the side. We've got foliage underneath this deck, just like that. Right? So we really want to think about keeping that clean because we want to eliminate any of the potential hazards in and around our home. So by doing that, we can keep this clean. We can get out all the leaves. We can also close it in so we eliminate the hazard altogether and stop leaves from going underneath the deck. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to build a little enclosed area for myself so that I don't even have to think about it anymore. Like that. Now, our next little area is we've got our logs beside the house and they could be used for our wood stove oven. They could be used for our fireplace, but they're a bit close to the house, and like I said, we're really trying to eliminate the hazards and create a non-combustible zone around our home. So these really shouldn't be in this zone, and we'll go over zones each week and what they are, but this should be actually in the 10 meter to 30 meter zone. Okay, so we've eliminated that hazard, making it a little bit safer for us. So that's 2 hazards down. We've got a couple more to go. We're going to talk about the vegetation around our home. So the vegetation, there's a couple things we can do. We can do pruning. We can remove any of the drop down, that duff that we talked about a few weeks ago. Maybe even evaluate if the tree beside your home should stay there or we should move it into a different zone. Those are things that you can do to eliminate that potential hazard. And by potential hazard, I mean anything that's around your home in that combustible zone, but the potential hazards is the emergency that comes up when we're not expecting it and we're trying to prevent it from happening before it happens. So we've got all these pruned, we've cleaned up all the drop down, they're okay to be there. Or we've thought about it, I think this tree should be away from the house. So we're gonna move it into our 1.5 meter to 10 meter zone. Like I said, we'll talk about those zones each week. Now we've got our garbage disposal, the things that are right beside our house there. We can definitely do something about the housekeeping, but we really want to be managing or utilizing our garbage and recycling that the city provides for us. So maintaining that housekeeping every week and eliminating that hazard altogether. And lastly, so this is looking pretty good so far, I think, but we've got one more thing that we're going to talk about, and it's keeping our gutters clean. So the reason we're really talking about this week is we know we have wildland urban interface areas in and around Chilliwack. So an ember from a forest fire can travel potentially 2 kilometers. It's a really long way, and it could potentially travel more. But that's why we want to make sure we're eliminating any hazards before that emergency happens, because we have no time when the emergency happens. We need to do it prior to, so we're prepared and we can get out and be safe. So let's remove those gutter issues. And this is what our non-combustible zone should really look like. We should make sure everything's pruned. We should make sure that there's nothing around our house from that 0 to 1.5 meter area, and we should make sure that we've enclosed our decks so that we don't have to worry about those hazards. Just some things to think about while we're out in the yard in the nice weather coming up. See everybody next week.